Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Distant Worlds 2. As the Xenox, this is episode number 30. So the series has gone on quite long. I am debating, it's a little artificial, but just because I see that episode number has hit 3-0, it makes me think about when I should end this one and start a new one. Because there have been a lot of changes. I don't know how much of that stuff would benefit from a restart. In fact, I'm still on patch 1.037, but 1.041 has already gone out on beta, and it has a lot of good changes. And I think all those will actually be integrated into the game. I'm not playing on that beta patch, but it's out there, and when it goes out, it'll change our game. It looks good. It's fleet stuff, fleet control. They're slowly working through their issues, so hopefully after about 6 months after release, I suspect in another 3 months, the game will be in a very good state, which some people might say should have been the release state. I would say that we call this early access, because that's what every other game does, and after 6 months we call it a release, and then everyone's happy. But in the meantime, what are we doing here? Let's take a look at our... So right now I'm just considering how, colony-wise, we're kind of capped, because I haven't gone and collected other people. I haven't tried to get other colonies under my control, and that's probably not the right move. We're gonna have to do it eventually, right? So let's just take a look. What is nearby? I want... Stupid me, wrong thing. Okay, so Belarian, I think we should actually go and start really working on these people. Okay, we have restricted. I think you have that by default with them. So we can start giving them money. It's not something I want to do. I guess we could just invade them, which is, not necessarily the best option. Always better to integrate with them peacefully. Although it will be hard to do it. You try our patience. Yeah, it's trending downward. Mostly just because my quite poor reputation, which is, again, a little bit surprising that it's mostly due to killing civilian ships and not killing an entire planet. Not sure. There's some definite question marks about the system here. Anyway, let's do our usual thing. Let me first switch off of diplomacy, because I really don't like that. What? Oh, I went to exploration. Okay, that explains it. Let's go over to, military. This is a safe thing I can actually see. And really what I want to do is go to the research screen. Okay, so we're doing officer training. It is crash researched at this point. We have capacitor overloading for the next set of shields. Well, this all looks okay. I guess capacitor overloading needs something to follow it. Since biological workshops, I'm not sure we actually want to get it. Somebody made a good point. Let me just give my thoughts about these special research things. I have a hard time committing to them just because their maintenance is so high. And it's funny because I'm willing to crash research anything, but I get the money to crash research using the funds that will be sucked up by this. Ideally what you want to do is get a lot of population, high population colonies that make a lot of money, and then you can afford these things. Now our money right now is only plus 45k. I think that mostly that's due to the Xenox not having a lot of colonies available for them. So we have, let's see, Hairball is probably, I'm sure, making the lion's share of our money. So next, net tax revenue here is 95. Net tax revenue here is 10, 1, negative. So yeah, 90% of our tax revenue is coming from Hairball. And Hairball itself only has a population of 7 billion. No, it was more than that, 10 billion. And 10 billion, if you've seen even my other series, or probably anybody else's series, it's not that big of a home planet. It's not huge. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's exactly what I want to say, is we could be doing a lot better monetarily if we had more people. Now, that's why I'm pretty interested in potentially trying to capture our friends, our dear friends. It looks like they only have one legit colony. Oh, no, they have two. Okay, very good. What's this one? Let's go take a look. Mostly just interested in this planet. Plus 29 suitability is good. Is good. Diameter 47. Okay, that's good. I feel like that would be worth acquiring. Their home planet should be very good. Let's take a look at that one. They have 7 billion right now. That can't be them maxed out, can it? Whoa. This is their home planet? It's big. Or it looks big. 4,500? Yeah, they must not be maxed out. 1.5. Let me look at mine. 2.7. Wow, I guess it doesn't help us, huh? Wow, they have a lot of people too. This would take a lot of time. We'd have to pretty much destroy the planet in order to capture it. Unless we built a lot more troop transports. That is unfortunate. It wasn't like a high... It wasn't like the ideal to like go attack them. Now, I would basically double my population if I had those planets, so there's... Alright, let me just move forward, because thank God we're at peace, kind of. We have these enemy attacks, these guerrilla attacks going on, which I'm not a big fan of, but they are happening. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? So, by the way, I read the comments from last time, and also, by the way, it's been 4 days since the last recording. I'm moving to a new 4-day per episode time spacing, so expect these episodes coming out every 4 days now. With the reason for that being, I'm going to be starting another series. I don't even know what that new series is, but I've recorded 2 different games, and one of them is going to go on the channel. And there's, well, it could even be a third. I guess it doesn't have to be one of those 2. I might just decide to record something else. But it's time, I think, to get something else going in parallel. It always feels a little weird to me when I only see one thumbnail on my channel. So let's go back to our fleet destroyer here. I think it's fine as is. I don't think that there was some good comments about like why the crystal sensors weren't being shown, because it's technically a technology backwards from the better, not better, but supposedly more advanced short-range sensors. So we just have to manually, knowing that, we just have to manually go backwards. I didn't see any comments objecting to anything in particular about this, so we're going to keep it as is. And we have already obsoleted, have we, the old destroyer? Yes, it appears so. Good. Okay, same kind of deal with this. Let's take a look at what the old... Wow, it's very outdated. Very outdated. But it is the fleet frigate that we want, so let's go ahead and start updating it. Okay, let me, in theory, choose the latest per design, even though we know that that's a mixed bag, whether you get the right thing. Put some 2 engines on it. Now, are these engines the same size? I guess I don't want this. Yeah, they are. Both 20, okay. So technically this actually has room for yet another engine. Did we... Oh, I think I took off 3. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The reason why it was weird to me is because when you right click, so it's engine, Excel. Whoops. Okay, that is a perfect example. Top slot. Okay, so empty, vector, engine. Now if I click on the top one, they reorganize themselves. So sometimes you're right clicking and you're like, oh, it must not have registered my right click because there's still an engine there. And you click it off again, and all you did was remove 2 engines because another engine cycled into the same spot your mouse was resting. I really don't like that system. I really wish that these were kept the same, actually. I guess you can't do it. I don't know. There's something... I don't know. Okay, it's fine. We'll live with it. Because, I mean, you can't have it hard set. Otherwise, people... It would have to... I mean, they tried to balance the engines. If they didn't do that, that would also be another solution. Just not worried about putting hard points. And honestly, does anybody really care where their engines are going? I don't. In fact, this is just nonsense. My multi-vector is not the same as my quantum engines. Oh my goodness. So this is just wonky. My multi-vector is technically on the same side as a quantum engine, and then the quantum... Yeah, this system... They probably put a lot of work into it, had some fun, but really, in the end, this is not a good system. I didn't realize how bad it was until... Well, I guess it shows you how little I care about where the engines are going, that I haven't looked at this close enough to realize how badly it performs. Okay, let's see. That's just the engines. We have to redo pretty much everything else. Well, not the hyperdrive, not the crew systems, but the fission reactors, yes. Can I go by category so we can get reactors? There they are. Okay, that might be... Nope, can't get away with just one. So we'll get two, which is definitely overkill, but... What did we do that... Oh, the fusion reactors are 5 smaller. I did not realize that. 5 covering 41. So that's great. We earned ourselves an extra 10 size, which is great. Also because these fusion reactors have so much energy output, I want to put more stuff on to absorb a little bit more energy. Okay, enhanced armor. I do want to go to latest, dang it. It is enhanced armor, the better shields. All this is fine. Yeah, I think this is all like basically what we want. I guess I could go with point defense here instead of a second star beam. But the second star beam is pretty cool. And in theory, it has some interceptive capabilities. And this is my frigate, okay. So frigates will just have to go with either destroyers. Excuse me. Either destroyers or escorts. And then the escorts, I don't think they have any point defense either, so I guess that wouldn't really help. Anyway, where we are right now, let me save and exit. We'll come back and edit this one. I'm just gonna deactivate that one because it's no good, but I want to know what your range was. What are we trying to reach for? So 900, okay, so 900 is a good target, which means the frigates are okay where they are. They're a little bit shy of 900, but one more fuel cell would just... Oh my gosh, actually... Stupid me. There we go. Now, did these get the right... Yeah, they did. Well, the fuel range will go down as soon as we add another 10 size on, so... But won't go down that much. What else might we want to put on this? Okay, we're at the max engines. 13. I think everything looks good as far as engines go anyway. Like, I know we could put another fuel cell on, but I guess I'd rather put sensors on, like a countermeasure system. Yeah, that actually makes sense since we don't have point defense. So try to increase survivability just by adding countermeasures. Interesting, long-range sensor array actually appears here. Interesting. Somebody mentioned last time that it didn't show up on my destroyers because I didn't have a scanner bay that had size large enough to accommodate it. And on this ship we actually do, but it would be a tragedy to waste. That would be way too much space, so let's do this. And does this require, hopefully, a sizable amount of power? Static energy use is 5 a second. Good, good. That is a lot. Okay, good. So we're hopefully more justifying our second engine. Or we can afford, you know, a good amount of energy power requirement increases without needing to update our reactors. So, okay, that's that. So that's indeed that. Now we have the heavy escort. Yeah. First edit this. Yeah, we gotta fix this guy. This thing only allows 2 engines? It's kind of crazy. Why? Oops. I wanted to add a new one because in my brain, I started, I mean, doesn't really matter, but my brain started to say, oh, it must not have been the real heavy escort. This must have been just the normal escort. But no, it is the heavy escort. Just unfortunate. Doesn't have very much room for engines. Yeah, it'll turn poorly, which is fuel ranges. Wow. Guess all these things are going to change. Okay, we're still down quite a bit because I guess the reactor size changed. Yeah, fuel range is much better. Start bringing 2 mediums. This thing is potent. Jeez. Boy, it packs a wallop. Ah, this is like a glass cannon almost. We do have the extra size, so we could do countermeasures on this thing too. Not as important to do countermeasures on something which already gets a lot of bonuses from maneuverability. Oh, damage control. That's what I think I'm going to go back and actually do. Okay. So on this one, we're not going to do damage control just because we don't have the space for it, unless I decided to get rid of a crew system. These things are going to be most likely to be damaged first, so I think a damage control system actually makes sense. More so than boarding protection? I don't know. This damage control unit, ironically, can be used against us, too. If you think about it from the perspective that if we get boarded and we do damage, you know, I mean, if they do damage to our ship while boarding it, they then can just repair it. Anyways, I guess we'll do the countermeasures because we didn't take up any extra space with that. We had to swap something in and out. So there it is. Countermeasures. We're probably pretty close to not needing the second reactor, but yep, still need it. About 20%, a little bit less of our hyperdrive speed went away. Okay, so yeah, maneuvering sucks, but I don't. There's no way around that because this stupid thing only has 2 engines. Yeah, so let me save and exit, and then go back and edit the previous frigate. So let's second guess this countermeasure thing, and maybe instead, how much does energy would this one use? Yeah, it does have the same static energy usage requirement. It also has damage reduction, which I believe is only for the armor. I don't think it's for the... I mean, only for the hull? Is it for the armor too? I can't remember. So it's either 20% countermeasures or the ability to repair damage. Do you want to prevent damage, or do you want to be able to repair it? The reason I like this is because if somebody gets a lucky shot and they manage to hit our command center, which does have damage repair also, you can't repair your craft. You cannot repair the damage. So I think I am going to go with this. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, and get rid of countermeasures. Okay. Now this thing, yeah, is this, I don't even know if this is better or worse than the Escort. Because the Escort has 2 mediums. Crazy how potent that thing is. This has way better armor, like 1 versus, I mean this is 2 and 3 versus 1 and 2. I don't know. It's pretty interesting the way these designs work. Okay, let's nullify the V4. And now I want to look at only the latest buildable types so that I know which things have not been updated yet. Okay, 2020 is the bomber. I'm only looking at the manual ones. Okay. Fuel tanker hasn't been updated. What do you look like? Yeah, you need to be updated. Okay, so copy is new. V6. Oh, see, I got rid of the multi-vector by accident there. Dang it. Reactor, most important thing, especially because as we've seen, the new reactor is smaller. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this crew system just so I can put the reactors together. I think that looks better anyway. Gonna move the energy collector to the bottom. Gonna grab these large fuel cells, put them here. I wonder, can we afford maybe another cargo bay? They're huge, so 25. Can I get 25 out of this? I'm at 15, so I just need to drop 10. So maybe I drop 1 fuel cell, and then we can get another cargo bay, which I think is a good idea. Oops. Let's get that crew system back. This poor crew system is just being bounced around. Oh my god, we have 3? Do we need 3 cargo bays? That's a lot of fuel. Let's see what else we can improve here. Well, actually nothing. This is spot on the way it is. 1 armor, 1 shields, the crystal sensors, which is good. We don't have weapons, but I think that's perfectly fine. This thing is not meant to fight. It's basically, and we didn't even, yeah, it's set to do not engage, evade, retreat. Yeah, good. So, yeah, the role within the fleet, I would say that this is a, well, it is an attack ship from the perspective that it should be covered by escorts. So we'll leave it as that, but it's really a peripheral ship. It shouldn't be in the combat at all. Now, can we actually get rid of one of the few? No. Yeah, it's the same thing every time. Hopeful Tortuga wants to get rid of a reactor and never can. Has a small mining engine so we can grab fuel from a fuel source if we need. Remote fuel transfer, pretty necessary for something which is a fuel tanker. It's basically a fuel transfer source. If you can't do that, what's the point? Guess we'll have to leave it as is. I would have liked to have gotten another large fuel cell back, actually, but I mean, this is still 1100. And I guess it can't supply itself with fuel, or it can maybe if it's, I wonder how that works. Can it transfer fuel to itself? It should be able to, by the way. I mean, it just only makes sense, but I don't know. Okay, so now we have to go back to the latest, or just active design, so I can get rid of the old one. Okay, so here's a manual design. The escort, we already did that one. The troop transport. Okay, so let's edit this, and yeah, it needs to be updated, so we'll copy as new. And dang it. Guess I'll manually do this. That's fine, just 1. We won't have to update it all that much. I think, I hope. Alright, 3 quantum engines. We got 10 space remaining on this thing? Oh, there's no space. Okay, there's that. Yeah, we did put some weapons on. Well, we had nothing else to do with it. I guess that's fine. This is all good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, this thing's pretty much ready to go. Do we want to switch out the multi-beam defense? I don't think so. I think that we're committing to... That's right. That's the research we need to do. We're committing to that research. And the concussion missile's nice. It's, you know, it can be fired off and hit something as the ship hopefully is already jumping away. Medical center, good, good. I think everything's fine here. So we'll have 20 space remaining on it, which means we could actually get... No, these are actually locked at 19, so we can't get a better weapon. Oh, but we could get another weapon. Well, that's funny. I guess we could get a... This one's... Wait. Okay, so we have a concussion missile. What we could do is actually get a second point defense gun. I need all components, though, for this. There it is. So we can get... Wait, this one's 360? And this one is... Okay, well, never mind. We're not going to do that. We're going to grab the concussion missile instead. Because this thing has very weird weapon arcs. Okay. Well, it is a little bit more dangerous now. Certainly don't want to getting into combat, but I guess it can defend itself slightly better. Save and exit. Get rid of this one. Okay, monitoring station is automatic. Mining station is automatic. Until we get a monitoring station, I'm fine with that happening. But resort bases. Do we need to update anything here? Yes. Yes, we do. Copy as new. Get rid of the fuel cells. Let's go latest per category. Get rid of the fission reactors. Just because I really do like having everything lined up. Oh. God, we're getting worse. Okay, command center, passenger. Just gotta do it before I forget what I put down. Okay, we're missing. What am I missing? Cargo storage, thank you. So this apparently had 2 cargo storage. I have no idea why it has 2 cargo storage. That not only does that not make sense to me, I just don't understand what it... Yeah, okay, that I guess I'll just leave it at, that doesn't make sense to me. Small fighter bay, can we get a medium one in? That would be better. And there we go, we're starting to eat into our size. Docking bay, I think that's good. 4 medium star beams, that's fine. We could actually do, I mean, these are very good weapons, but if we wanted all the things to be able to hit, we could go with a, I mean, we could maybe leave the star beams on these sides, but then for the 120s, we could go with like a large, star beam. Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. We could do that. They will be hit by one of these. It's gonna pack a punch. I was gonna put in missiles, but because they didn't appear anyway. Yeah, then I guess we won't. Oh, the atomic devastator, but I think this is it is a bombardment weapon. Not really. Yeah, it has 0 damage towards ships, so it's not what we want. But this is an improvement, so there we go. Save and exit. Huh. So it knows how to deal with -9. Doesn't know how to deal with the Roman numerals. Obsolete. Research station, same thing. Copy as new. This one's also updated nicely. It also looks like crap, the organization here. This is crap. Oh gosh, how are we gonna do this? 2 fuel cells. Where can we put them? Here. Energy collector here. Okay, I think we're back to where we were. Put all the crew systems together. That's a sizable amount for anybody to board, which makes me happy. Actually, at some point I think we've gotten already, like boarding defense. What was it? Oh, no, maybe we haven't researched it yet. I think that there's some, like a marine bay or something like that you can put on, and I guess we don't have it. Size, we do have enough size to maybe ramp up. This is the same thing. I don't know why we would do concussion, but let's just do the same starbeam thing. Ah, 6 over. Dang it. We could do mediums. We could put sensors on this thing too. What is this? The research station? Oh, we could. I mean, there's a lot of room here. There's a lot of interesting things we could do. Because I guess, more importantly, let's put this medium back. More importantly would be getting a fighter bay. I think that's much more important. Like, we don't need 2 fuel cells. We actually don't need 2 fusion reactors. Damage repair on this would be pretty important. I think damage control you can have, it will have construction anyway. But no, let's leave it exactly where it is. Let's see what happens when I put a medium starfighter bay on. Squeaky. Dang it, I knew it. I knew it. Alright, so we need another fusion reactor, which just means that we'll just have to... Okay, we need to get rid of 16, which is a pretty big number. We could get the small starfighter bay, which is exactly half. I mean, it's not like a huge loss to go with that. This says 8, this says 4. It has pretty much exactly the build rate, I mean half the build rate and the repair rate. Okay, so if we do that, I guess we'll be able to get countermeasures. Nope, we'll be 1 point away from getting countermeasures. We have 9 space available, and we're not going to be able to do anything with it. Well, I guess at this point we might as well put crystal sensors on. I don't really like this, but it's good enough. Oh, wait, we need another energy collector. Okay, well that's probably my fault. I bet I took 2 off. So we need another one. Yeah, 75 and it requires 79. Well, very good. I mean, these things are functional as is, so we don't have to get too excited about it. Obsolete that one, and now which spaceport is mine? Oh yeah, this one, yeah. So this is the Mark II-6, and actually, I believe we have a medium spaceport. So this is fun. We can manually design this one. Very cool. Okay, let's start off with a command center. We'll take a commerce center. Let's get the latest. Oh, whoops. Oh my gosh. Is that really how it works? If you grab something else, oh, it does replace it. I've been right-clicking to remove. We can just left-click to replace. Oops. Oh, it's already there. You know, it has the V2 here, so I was like, it doesn't say V2. It must not be the right one. All right, we're going to want reactors then next, since we don't really need a hyperdrive. I imagine 2 reactors. I'll leave a space for a 3rd even. 1 fuel cell. You could probably get away with 2, just in case you got damaged. Ah, medium spaceport. So I think we'll continue with the the naming convention, P1-1, it's fine with me. Okay, what else do we need? Crew. Probably need 3 of those. We need medical, we need entertainment. Research lab. There's 1, right? Yes. A troop compartment. Yeah, that would allow a lot of defense. Don't think we need it. Interesting to think about, though. Well, I don't know what else it's missing, so let's just go down to the enhanced armor and stuff like that. Wow, I mean 4 and 5 I think that's already like crazy. In fact, I'll put 1 ion sheath on. This is, I feel that's pretty strong. Don't think that a lot of things are going to be able to take that. And then we'll probably want long range weapons on this thing. Wow. Do I want 2 construction yards? Yeah, I guess I do. Put 1 docking bay on. Medium starfighter bay. We could put 2. Just like that. Okay. So that's, well, we could put 3. This thing is going to be loaded with stuff. Long range sensors, definitely want those. And then countermeasures. Oh, well, we don't really. We have long range sensors. We probably just need that. So let me do that. Okay, so far so good. We haven't added any weapons, which is why I should be leaving a lot of space. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, I think we're probably going to want a 3rd reactor here. We haven't added any weapons. We're almost at capacity. Crew looks good. Yeah, not so bad. Okay, so what else would we want to put from general here? Okay, this only has room for 1 research station, just making sure. Oh yeah, we're going to need energy collectors. 3 of them. Okay. Cargo storage. It's going to share with the planet, so... Although there may be stations that aren't on a planet that we colonize, so... We'll have it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now what do we want to do for weapon arcs? Do we add another reactor? I think we're going to need it, but we'll go for the moment without. Okay, we have 2 120s. We have 90s. Okay. 225s, let's put those medium star beams on those. Very weird. Yeah, and I think after that we'll just load on some missiles. So I do like having a strong missile defense. Goodness gracious, we can put on large missiles. And I want to. Okay, it's too big. I wanted to try, but it's... Wait, are these opposites? Yeah, they are. Okay, so we'll leave those two, and we'll cancel these two. We're way low on reactor. Might need two of them. Oh, yeah, we're going to need two more. Or cut back on some of our power usage. You know, we could get away with doing, like... Let's do 4 shields. I know that's... Yeah, I just feel like they're fast recharging. 4 shields, so it's going to be enough. Because armor doesn't matter. I mean, armor does matter, but it doesn't take power. You can just put a ton of these things on to kind of fill up the space, and it's just Mebnar, Carbonite, and Steel. I think we have an abundance of all those things. Okay, so we have the 2 large missiles, we have the 4, we're good on reactor energy. We have 2 large fuel cells, we have the 1 cargo bay. That, I think, surprisingly, cargo bays take power, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It only takes 2, but how much energy do we have? 4. Okay, we could put another cargo bay on if we're thinking we need it. No, because then that'll mean more crews necessary. And crew takes... Well, we could do it. Ta-da! With 15 to spare, so we can go back and... Oh, you know what? This is a disaster. I know that this thing can repair itself, and that's... I'm kind of relying on the fact that these things can get construction from the planet if it's a colony. So I'm not going to put the damage control unit on. Yeah, so in that case I'll just go ahead and add even more enhanced armor. As if this thing needed any more. You know what? I might even do ion sheath for the second one. Yeah, this will be very well defended. It's deceptive before shields, but it's got tons of armor. It's a nice foil to our, you know, a nice trade-off compared to our normal ships, which are mostly shield. So if somebody was to, like, make a design which is really good against our normal ships, it would just fail miserably against our spaceport here. Which is, by the way, going to pack quite a punch. You'll probably get hit by one, I mean at least one, but probably 2 star beams, at least coming in or whatever, some angle you'll probably get hit by it. All the while these large concussion missiles are coming your way, and 3 medium starfighter bays. Oh my goodness, this thing is... I'm just going to put it this way. I would not want to come up against this thing. This has got a lot of power. We'll see what it's rated for. Let's see what they created. Because apparently they auto-created one. Oh yeah, I didn't do any point defense. But they put point defense, which can't turn or anything, into these... Oh, they're missiles. Okay, that makes sense. Into small weapon arcs. I'm kind of relying on my concussion missiles having the ability to do some interception. That's probably not a good idea, but... Anyway, we have a ton of armor. They ended up going with a lot more shields, which is not surprising. Trace tracking, target tracking, trace scanner, and long range. Well, the trace scanner just gives you the details of the ship and allows better damage increase. In theory, you can target weak points. They also went with 3 medium. It's funny. It's just, in my opinion, just crazy. And construction yards are docking yards. I'm an idiot. So go and get rid of this docking yard. Did I have one? Yeah, docking bay. Goodbye. That's a big difference. Okay, so now we have 50 more size available. Why don't we just stop trying to push this reactor? Let's just get it. And then we can, I mean, it's going to liberate us. We'll be able to do a lot more fun things. Okay. This. Okay, medical. Oh no, it got lost. Crew system. Large fuel cell. Okay, now we have plenty of size to play with here. We could even take off, actually I think we can take off some armor now because we're not going to go that crazy. And let's put on one more shields. So this is still 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I like that. Still like that. And let's put in maybe one more medium starfighter bay. I think that those are just going to be so useful for controlling space because they have the longest range. This is the longest range thing we have. And that's really what we want is long range power projection. I'm not too worried about something like this thing is so good. We spent the whole episode designing this thing. But this thing is so good, we're not going to encounter a fleet jumping on this thing and destroying it. That could happen, but it'll take so long with the shields and the armor that we'll probably be able to respond. And I'm also assuming that our colonies won't be so left alone and defenseless. Anyways, I mean, it still packs a wallop, but in my opinion, I think I've said this before, but starports should be more about defense and holding out until your fleet can reinforce. So, countermeasures, large sensor weight. We could get rid of the countermeasures and do something like the trace scanner. And we're exactly at the limit, but we could also get rid of another thing of armor. Now that we have power, you know, I don't know if we'll need this ion sheath. Okay, I'll still keep it. Let's get rid of one more of those. So now let's get the trace scanner, the targeting system. Oh. Maybe I'll just do the targeting tracking system. Would I rather have a better chance of hitting? Or when I hit, would I rather do more damage? Wait, trace scanner, this says targeting +5. But it says here weapons damage increase. Uh-oh. Oh, it does both. Okay, targeting +5, and then weapons damage +5. But this one definitely does not have that weapon damage thing. I think I'm okay with this. I don't think we want to drop any more armor. 5 shields, 4 armor, 1 ion sheath. Okay. Everything looks good. Okay, let's save and exit. Do we need all these crew systems? Yes. Answer is yes. So question is about the cargo. How many cargo bays do they have? Because these are 25 each. They have 2. How do they only have 2 crew systems? Well, there you go. Well, that explains it. Okay, so let's just obsolete this and use the MSP 1-1. I guess what I could do is I could delete this and then call mine the MSP-1 because I didn't realize I named this wrong. MSP-1, not the other way around. I deleted it. Alright, well let's just call it the Dash 2. It is, in theory, the second one, even though I deleted that other design. And yeah, we're way over on time. This is the first episode I think I've gone over 50 minutes. Well, that makes sense. We would, it's been 4 days anyway. People, give the people what they want. So, have we done resort bases? Did we finish everything we need to do? 820. I don't know if we'll upgrade these small spaceports, because at this point I probably want to make medium spaceports out of a lot of things. It probably would behoove me to upgrade this as well, though. But I'll save that for the next episode. So this was a pure ship design episode. Well, those are always fun. We'll be back next time to try out our designs. Until then, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.